Let me add some more to you guys. We'll give you guys my preview for tomorrow's game, Barcelona versus Ibiza. Now, this will be a very interesting game because this is a team in Segunda Division B, and this will be taking place in the Copa del Rey. And so, let me explain how the format works for those of you that aren't well aware. So, basically, the Copa del Rey puts all the Spanish teams together and puts them into like a different competitions with the La Liga team, Segunda Division B, and all the Spanish teams. Now, since Barcelona were placed in the top four, and since they were competing in Supercopa de España, they skipped out on the earlier rounds of the competition. They skipped out on the first round and second round. Okay. So, yeah. And basically, that's how it works, okay? And so basically we skipped out in the first and second round of the current competition. So let's see right here. Yeah. First round, second round, we skip out in those 2 rounds as we competed in the Supercopa de España. So then we're drawn in the round of 32. And how this works is basically it'll be one game. It's one game. You either win or lose. There's no away goals, none of that. It's one game. It's literally one game. Okay? It's as simple as that. Okay? So, basically, this will allow for us to basically put that. Now, the semifinal is the only time where there will be 2 legs. There will be 2 legs, both home and away, which makes sense. I think that's kind of it's kind of strange how they made it to where like the home leg it's both home and away, which kind of it just doesn't really make sense for the semifinal. I mean, I guess it's whatever, but still. And so yeah, so today we're basically from the pot 1. We're in pot 2, and we are now drawn against Ibiza. And let's be real, guys. Ibiza are a very good opponent, despite the fact that we have never faced Ibiza before. They're a very good opponent. They're one of the best. They haven't lost since November. That's a big time, and we've lost since like Atletico Madrid. You know, the Supercopa de España, that crazy semifinal. We should never have lost that game. So it's kind of strange that they're technically in better form than we are. And this will be an away game for us. So it's going to be very crucial because, as you guys know, Barcelona isn't exactly as menacing as they are away from home. They are kind of lackluster, I think is the proper term I'll say. And it's really difficult. I mean, this team plays really well, and this could be problematic for Barcelona because they play in artificial land area, and that may not suit Barcelona. We're not really suited to that kind of playing style. So that could benefit them, and obviously they have the home crowd advantage. So basically, theoretically speaking, they have the upper hand over us. But I do think ultimately we have a much stronger team than they have. I think that's kind of obvious. And so it's still difficult to get a feel what we're going to expect. Okay. So, yeah. And there's a website I have. It's called Global Club Soccer Rankings. Let me go see Ibiza, where they rank real quick. Okay, let's see the squad for tomorrow, actually. So let's go and check out the lineups. Actually, we don't have the lineups for this. Where's the squad? Yeah, here we go. Here's the squad. Can I search teams instead? I can't search teams, unfortunately. But anyways, let's just look into this. So here's the squad we have for tomorrow. We got Ter Stegen, okay, Nelson Semedo, Ivan Rakitic, Arthur, Neto, Clement Lenglet, Antoine Griezmann, Jordi Alba, Sergio Roberto, Frankie de Jong, Arturo Vidal, Samuel Umtiti, Junior Firpo, Carlos Perez, Ricky Puig, Alvaro Ruiz, Ansu Fati, and Chumi. Okay. Gerard Piqué, Lionel Messi, and Moussa Wage will all be rested. And Sergio Busquets is actually suspended. Interesting. And Luis Suarez and Ousmane Dembele are injured. Okay. I'm interested. I'm kind of surprised Moussa Wage is actually not playing here. That is a bit surprising, I will say. So here, let's go ahead and look at the lineup. So goalkeeper, I'm going to treat that as a 4-3-3, by the way. There could be a chance we may not play in this 4-3-3, but just for the purposes of this video, and just for the purposes of, just for how we originally play, we play in a 4-3-3. So, Ter Stegen, not Ter Stegen, well, goalkeeper, I'm going to say Neto. I think this would be a perfect time for Neto to be given his chance, because the last two times we've seen him, it's been kind of underwhelming. He played okay against Espanyol, he did some saves. Atletico Madrid, he did some saves too, but you expected more. So hopefully we could get a very breakout performance. I think this would be a perfect time to give Neto this start here, and I would love for him to start. Left back, Junior Firpo. I think Junior Firpo is a self-explanatory one. He's worked under Kike Setien, and he knows his flame philosophy. So I think this would be the perfect time for Junior Firpo to earn his spot in the starting 11. Okay. And like I said, guys, since this is a lower level opposition, I think we should go into mostly rotated squad. The center back, I'm going to go with Ronald Araujo and Lenglet. I think these two definitely didn't start against Granada, and I think this will be a perfect time for them to be given their chance to shine in the center back role. Because I would say right now, our center backs our defense has been pretty problematic. But I think in that game against Granada, we took real control. There was only one chance Granada had to score, and that was just a bad mistake Sergio Roberto made in the back line. So overall in that game, we looked very good. We looked very good, offensively speaking, and defensively speaking. We could have. I admit we could have been better finishing wise. I think finishing we were a bit underwhelming, but like I said, guys, it's the first game with Kike Setien, so obviously things won't be as smooth and steady that going forward. So we got to give him some time. We got to give him some time. And I think this will be a perfect time for him to get some playing time for the other players. Vaco makes it 2-0. Wow, that's a great strike. Anyways, so right back, I'm actually going to go with, on this occasion, I'm going to go with Nelson Semedo. I think Nelson Semedo is a great choice to have. Like I said, guys, Nelson Semedo hasn't really found his form under Ernesto Valverde. And I think this will be a great time for him to shut up those critics and fight Sergio Roberto for that right back spot. Neymar gets a brace. Alright, so now for the midfield. The midfield is pretty tricky, and I think is really important for us to get this midfield correct. And that is, of course, I'm going to go with Frankie de Jong. He didn't play against Granada, so he served his suspension, so I think it'll be a perfect time for him to be given his chance. And then Ricky Puig, he had a really brief cameo against Granada and played really well. In fact, if it wasn't for him, we may not have won the game. So I think he played brilliantly and helped get the game winner. And then for the other midfielder, I'm going to go with Arthur, simply because he didn't really play much either, and only played for like the last 10 minutes. So I think this will be a perfect time for all three of these guys to be given their chance to really shine in the midfield position. Okay. And then finally, the front three, left wing, Ansu Fati. I think Ansu Fati deserves his chance. He didn't have such a good game against Granada, you can argue, and he had a lot of sitters. And I think this game he will be able to really take a hold of that and get his confidence back, and hopefully he can score a goal in the day to earn us a big win. And then finally, center forward, I'm going to say Antoine Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann, man, this guy is phenomenal. He played decent against Granada. I think many people kind of criticize him and say, oh yeah, he didn't really have such a good game. I think in my opinion, he had a big part in that goal because he gave it to Arturo Vidal, and Arturo Vidal did a perfect back heel assist for Lionel Messi. And I think he was important too. It all started from Ricky Puig. Ricky Puig gave it to Griezmann, I think, and then Griezmann gave it to Vidal, and then Vidal gave it to Messi. So I think Griezmann is kind of underrated in that goal he helped out, and I think he deserves a lot more praise for what he's done. And I think he looked pretty decent against center forward. I think center forward is his natural position, as we saw him play in Atletico Madrid's color. And then finally, right winger, I'm going to go ahead and say Carlos Perez. I think Carlos Perez Well, this will be the perfect time for him to get his chance. And we saw him briefly against Granada, and I think this will be a perfect time. All right? So these are the starting 11 players I propose we start with. And like I said, guys, at the end of the day, I think we should be able to win this. We should be able to win this, regardless it's a home or away. And this will be taking place Wednesday tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And this is like I said, guys, a one game. It's literally knockout. So, let me know what your score predictions are in the comments below. For me, personally, my score prediction on this occasion, I'm expecting a big win here. I'm going with a big win here. I am going to go with... I'm going with Barcelona 4. Barcelona 4, Ibiza 2. I'm going Barcelona 4 on this one. Okay, I think this will be a big breakout performance. And I think Ibiza, they're going to really put us a test. But I think we'll eventually overcome the test. So 4-2 is my prediction. And obviously we should put... Obviously not all these players have to start 90 minutes. Maybe you could put on Vidal and that come on at halftime, maybe the last 10 minutes. And maybe put on Sergio... Maybe give Nelson Semedo. And, we can rotate the squad, But I want these 11... Most of these players, they didn't even start. So I think it would be fair for them. Because I think Griezmann, I have... Ansu Fati started. And I think, who's the other guy? I think that's it. I think everyone else came back from, are new to the squad. So, yeah, so 2 only players are actually starting that I have from the first team on Granada. So, like I said, guys, I think, so let me know what you guys think below in the comments below. Are you guys going to watch the game? Unfortunately, I cannot watch the game as it's taking place during my school hours. I will try to keep up to date today with the score, guys. I will try to keep up to date. And I will check on the squad will be released tomorrow at 12. The official starting 11. I won't be able to give you guys my reaction. I'll probably, my match review, I'll probably talk about, oh yeah, I like this idea, so on and so forth. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think below in the comments below. Peace out.